Most people think losing weight is about finding the perfect diet plan. However, most people don't fail diets. Diets fail people. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact step-by-step guide on how to build the best meal plan for weight loss that works every single time. Hi, my name is Coach Patrick Liu. I'm a weight loss coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist. I worked with over 1,400 one-on-one weight loss clients over the last 8 years. And so let's jump into my step-by-step guide on how to build the best meal plan for weight loss. There's 6 parts. Part 1 is food choices. What are we gonna eat? Part 2 is food timing. When are we gonna eat? Part 3 is carb timing, when to eat those carbs. And part 4 is food portions, how much to eat. Now there's 2 bonus parts I'm gonna throw in today as well. Part 5, how to get variety in to keep meals interesting. And you're gonna wanna stay to the very end because part 6, I'm gonna break down how you can have a cheat meal and still lose weight. Let's break down each part step by step. Part 1, food choices. How many times have you come home from work, opened the fridge, looked in and thinking, what am I gonna eat tonight? Now, here is where I can make it simple for you. Every meal should revolve around 3 food groups. You have your vegetables, you have your protein, and you have your carbs. Now, if you're Asian like me, you probably grew up eating a lot of rice, aka carbs. My wife is Filipino, and if you know Filipino food, veggies are exactly the star of the dish. For a lot of people, veggies feel like a foreign concept, but here's the truth. We need all food groups to be successful if you wanna lose weight. You need your veggies, you need your protein, and yes, you even need your carbs. So, pick 3 to 5 carb choices for the week. This could include rice, pasta, bread, potato, quinoas, lentils. A lot of people mistaken fruits as vegetables. Fruits are actually carbs. The key isn't about cutting out the carbs, it's about choosing the right ones, eating them at the right time. And later in this video, I wanna show you exactly how to implement what I call carb timing to maximize weight loss. Next, pick 3 to 5 proteins. This could be chicken, fish, turkey, seafood, eggs, beef, tofu. All of those things are great choices. And finally, you have veggies. Pick 3 to 5 different veggies for the week. This could be leafy veggies, greens, colorful veggies. Leafy veggies could include broccoli, spinach, lettuce, cabbage. Greens could be cucumber, zucchini, asparagus, peas. And colorful veggies could include bell peppers, carrots, tomatoes. Now, I get it, Coach Patrick. I know, I should be eating my veggies. I just don't like them. Now, the good news is that you don't have to just choke down broccoli just to get your greens in. You can find a cooking style that actually works for you. For example, what I do in the morning is I have a handful of spinach, I put that into my smoothie, I don't even taste it. Or if you like soups, you can throw in carrots, onions, celery. They blend right in and they taste amazing. You can roast your veggies, bake it, you can air fry your veggies. It's a total game changer. And if you come over to my house during a summer barbecue and I give you some colorful veggie skewers, I can almost guarantee you will like them. Bottom line, finding the cooking method you enjoy and not skipping your veggies is super important for weight loss. Next, part 2, when should I eat? In other words, food timing. See, there's 2 windows. You have your eating window and you have your fasting window, and they work together hand in hand. Most people get this wrong. They get so busy during the day that they barely eat, and then they come home at night starved and they end up overeating. That's why getting food timing right is essential for weight loss. Let's talk about the eating window. I call this the 4-hour method. So every 4 hours, try to have something. So within 4 hours of waking up, have a snack or have breakfast. Within 4 hours, have lunch. Within 4 hours, afternoon snack. Within 4 hours, dinner. And within 4 hours, go to sleep. Now, of course, if you're hungry, you can eat something sooner than 4 hours, not a problem, but try not to go longer than 4 hours because you run the risk of overeating or being so hungry that the cravings kick in and we lose self-control. Now, of course, as I mentioned, if you are hungry, you can eat sooner, but again, don't go longer than 4 hours without eating something. Now, when I mean eating things every 4 hours, it doesn't mean you have to sit down and have a full meal. It could be bringing simple snacks with you to bridge the gap between your meals. For example, snacks could be maybe a banana, maybe a boiled egg, maybe a handful of cherry tomatoes. Next, let's talk about the fasting window. I call this the 12-hour method. Now, I hear this all the time. Coach Patrick, I intermittent fast, I've lost some weight, but now I'm stuck in a plateau. I usually ask them, well, how long do you fast for? Well, I do a 24-hour fast. It works for me in the beginning, but now I'm not seeing any results. The reason for this is because if we fast more than 16 hours, it can and it will slow our metabolism. So the sweet spot is fasting for a minimum of 12 hours and a maximum of 16 hours. I'll give you an example. Let's pretend we had dinner at 7 p.m. and we didn't eat anything afterwards, like no late night snacking. Our next meal the next day should be no earlier than 7 a.m. Let's pretend it's Friday night and you have a late night snack and you have something at 11 p.m. Then the earliest we should eat the next day is 11 a.m., 12 hours in between. Food timing sets the foundation, but to maximize fat loss and energy, we have to get carb timing right. So let's dive into part 3. Part 3 is carb timing. Really quick before we get back to the video, if you need help with one of these 3 things, number 1, you're looking for a workout plan, nutrition plan specifically to help you lose weight. Number 2, you're going through menopause and you're stuck in a plateau. Or number 3, you're looking to work with a coach to keep you accountable with your fitness and nutrition. Then click the link below, watch that video, schedule a free call with either me or my coaches. We love to help you out. Now back to the video. One of the biggest mistakes people make is loading up on the carbs late at night. Here's the problem. Carbs get broken down into glucose. Glucose then spikes our blood sugar levels or blood glucose levels, which spikes insulin. And at this point, our body has 2 choices: to either burn that energy right away or to send it into fat as storage. Now, if you're eating late at night, let's say you have a big plate of rice or pasta, you're probably not burning off those extra calories, which is why those extra carbs can and will get stored really quickly as belly fat. A lot of my clients, not a lot of my clients, but a lot of people, they'll lose weight. Let's say they lose 20 pounds, their arms are looking nice, their legs are looking nice, but they're still struggling with that stubborn lower belly fat. And that's because they haven't learned or mastered carb timing. So here's the fix. Have your carbs during the day: breakfast, lunch, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, all great times to have carbs. 4 hours before bed, this is when we want to skip the carbs, around dinner time. Now on my coaching program, if you're brand new, especially if your first month, I don't want you to be hungry. So my gift to you is the first month, we can have unlimited amount of veggies, unlimited amount of protein. I don't want you to be hungry, but carbs, we have to make sure we have the right amount of carbs. We have to make sure we have the right type of carbs, have it during the day and skip it at night. Speaking of the right amount of carbs, this brings us to part 4, food portions. How much should I be eating? Now, if you watch my video on how to lose weight on a calorie deficit without counting calories, you already know that I teach something called the hand method. Now, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out right here. Also, link it below. It's a total game changer. Here's the truth. If we don't get our portions right, losing weight becomes 10 times harder. One of my clients told me, "Coach Patrick, I don't get it. I eat healthy, I have salads, but the scale is not moving." The next question I ask is, okay, like what's in the salad? Well, it turns out there's olive oil in there, healthy fat. There's avocado in there, healthy fat. There's nuts and seeds, healthy fat. There's egg yolk, healthy fat. There's cheese. All of these foods can be healthy, but here's the problem. They're fat. And the problem with fat is that they're very calorie dense. So even though they are quote unquote healthy, if we don't burn it off, they can get stored as extra calories as fat. That's why I really like the hand method. It's powerful, it's simple, and it's practical. You can use it anywhere. No food scale, no calorie counting. The best part is that it's personalized. If you are bigger, larger frame, bigger hands, then naturally you can have a little bit more. Now, if you're more petite, smaller frame, have a smaller hand, then we're gonna have a little bit less. So here's how it works. Biggest thing on our plate is gonna be a fist of veggies, about a cup size, 50 calories. That's gonna be the biggest thing on our plate. Second biggest thing on our plate is gonna be a palm size of protein, thickness of your palm, about 3 to 4 ounces, 100 calories. Smallest thing on our plate is gonna be just a hand scoop of carbs, and these are cooked carbs. So it's not like, uncooked rice and you cook it, it's like 3 cups. Like, no, this is cooked carbs, so about half a cup, 100 calories. Now the last piece is fat, thumb size, and fat is optional. If you choose to have fat, keep it to a thumb size, about 100 calories. If you eliminated the fat and just substitute it with like a supplement, an omega-3 fish oil supplement, you get the benefits of fat without all the extra calories, which will help us on our weight loss journey. So the best way is to track food is not obsessing about calorie counting. The best part to track your portions is the hand method. Now here's the challenge. Coach Patrick, I just can't eat the same thing over and over again. I get bored so easily, it feels restrictive, and I don't want to be stuck on a diet my whole life. I totally get it. A lot of people have nutrition plans, but they can't stick with them because they're not personalized, they're not flexible, or they're not enjoyable. So this leads to our next part. Part 5, here is how you can have variety with my 3-step system so that you never get bored with your meals. So part 1 of that 3-step system to get variety is swap the protein. If you're sick and tired of eating shrimp tacos, no problem, switch it up. Try beef, try chicken, try fish, the list goes on. And you can do the same swaps with veggies and carbs. Number 2 is switch the cooking method. Instead of just grilled chicken all day long, try barbecue chicken. Try baking it, try tossing into soup, saute it, stir fry it, have it in a lettuce wrap, throw it into a sandwich. And number 3, my favorite part, is change the flavor. If you're having plain chicken, how long are you gonna stick on that nutrition plan? Probably not a long time, so change the flavor. Have teriyaki chicken, barbecue chicken, orange chicken, sweet chili, honey, even habanero chicken. The combination is endless. Just make sure that the sauce is under 5 grams of fat and 5 grams of sugar. My recommendation and my favorite that I tell all of my clients is G Hughes. It's all sugar-free, low fat, and if you mix and match all of these with these 3 steps, you'll have endless meal combinations. No boredom, no restriction, just variety to keep you consistent for the long haul. Speaking of consistency, let's talk about everyone's favorite question: can I have a cheat meal and still lose weight? So part 6, cheat meals. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that they can never have a cheat meal if they are on a weight loss plan. That could be nothing further from the truth. What I teach my members is something called the 80-20 method. 80% of the time, have healthy, balanced meals. 20% of the time, totally fine to have a cheat meal. Now notice what I just said there: cheat meal and not a cheat day, not a cheat weekend, definitely not a cheat month. So here's how it works. Weight loss comes down to a calorie deficit, which means burning more calories, eating fewer calories. That gap in between is what's gonna allow us to lose weight. So if you know you have a cheat meal coming up, plan for it. Let's say you're going out Saturday night, Saturday morning, skip breakfast. Sunday morning, skip breakfast. 300 calories for breakfast, Saturday, 300 calories that we're skipping for breakfast on Sunday. You combine that frees up an extra 600 calories on your cheat meal. If you know you're going for a cheat meal, maximize your steps that day. If you hit 10,000 steps, you'll burn another 400 to 500 calories. And if you get a workout in, you'll burn an extra 300 calories. Now you just freed up 1,300 calories on your cheat meal. Isn't that awesome? Another pro tip is that if you're having a cheat meal, let's say at dinner, keep your lunch light. Focus on protein, focus on veggies, because at dinner time, chances are if you're having a cheat meal, it's gonna be a lot of carbs, a lot of fat, not a lot of protein, not a lot of veggies. So on that second meal that's not a cheat meal, focus on getting your protein and veggies in. But here's the golden rule: a cheat meal should be earned, not random. So if you're hitting your workouts, you're following the meal plan, you're losing on average 1 pound a week, you've earned it. Go ahead and have a cheat meal, guilt-free. You're gonna enjoy it that much more. So those are the 6 parts that makes up the best meal plan for weight loss. Master these and you'll have the foundation to lose weight without restriction or confusion. But here's the truth: nutrition is only half the battle, because if your goal is to burn fat, boost metabolism, and tone your body, we're also going to need the right workout plan. That's exactly what I'm gonna cover in the next video: how to build your own at-home workout plan for weight loss without going to the gym. Go ahead and check out that next video right here.